World Champion Ju Wenjun makes her way to the board. She's currently leading in the women's section and she is taking on our Vaishali. Wenjun, who is on 11.5 points, has drawn her game, her classical game here with Vaishali. It was a Berlin, a very symmetrical line, and ended in a draw. Now Vaishali will be looking for her first ever win against Ju Wenjun. She's never been able to beat her in any format, and this will be very important one. The players are ready here. The arbiter asks the players to begin. 10 minutes to Vaishali, must win game for her. 7 minutes for Ju Wenjun. We have the Rui Lopez and we are going for the Berlin. Knight takes pawn, rook e1 and takes the pawn. Bishop e7, bishop goes back to f1, takes. Rook takes e5, black castles here. Pawn comes up to d4, bishop f6 and the rook goes back. Knight f5, you can see the pawn is being attacked and it's very symmetrical here, but maybe a very small edge to white because of how the pieces stand. Knight h4 played. Now if you play knight f3, there could be potentially bishop g4 pinning here. So first bishop comes back, knight f5, bishop e5 played. Takes here and Vaishali takes back with the pawn, which kind of imbalances the pawn structure, makes the position complex. Bishop d7. White could play knight here and then come into the center with knight d4. Bishop is put on a good diagonal. Queen g5. Wow. Okay, it's time to hit the queen now. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Knight f3. Queen comes back to h6. And Vaishali plays queen b3, attacking here. Very interesting move. Not so easy to save this pawn. Rook f goes to b8. You can see both the rooks are pretty stuck here. Queen comes in. Queen b6. I love this move. And knight h4 played. It's trying to trade off the knights. I think taking is not a bad idea here. So Vaishali takes. Queen takes. And rook comes up to e3. Maybe you want to simply switch the rook to g3 next. Bishop comes up. I would have loved to put the rook here on h3, but the bishop controls that square, so pawn comes up to h3. And queen d8, offering a trade of queens. Pretty sure Vaishali is going to decline it. She loves to attack. Queen e7, c5 is on the cards. Plays rook g3. Maybe c5 is happening here. Yes, she plays c5. The game has been very balanced. Great play by both the players. Queen f4 played by Vaishali. And now pawn to c4, attacking the bishop. The bishop can drop back here. The queen first enters to attack g7. Pawn to g6, bishop drops back and b5 played. A very powerful move. Trying to open up the queen side, but Vaishali is like, you can take here. I'm just going forward. And queen f8, offering a trade of queens. Declined. Queen trade. Offered here once again. Declined. Now very important to play king g7 with the idea of h6. But blunders, takes on a4. But now there's a very powerful move with f5 that you have. Yes, finds it. Finds f5. Vaishali plays a very powerful move here. If bishop takes bishop, I take. There's a pin. Rook takes b2, attacking the bishop. Well, you can already take on g6 and then sack your bishop on g6. But Vaishali takes on e6, which is also fine. Takes here, king g7. And the rook comes into f1, threatening to queen. All of a sudden, look at the king is weak. All of the major pieces are lined up. Ju Wenjun trying to find her move. She has couple of minutes on the clock, but her position is completely lost. Queen goes to e7, but now just rook g6 and queen is hanging. And there you see Vaishali takes on g6 and beats Ju Wenjun. Wow. The world champion resigns here. Vaishali has beaten Ju Wenjun for the first time in her career. And that is a big breakthrough here for Vaishali. To beat a world champion, never easy. Kudos to the youngster from India.
Vaishali, congratulations on your first ever win over World Champion Ju Wenjun. Please tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this win. My first win across all formats actually against Ju Wenjun. Yeah, I couldn't put much pressure in the classical game. I ended in a draw and yeah, in the Armageddon, like it just went smooth. Like I got very comfortable position and it was not easy for her to play with less time.
You had over 4 minutes left in the game. Tell us about your strategy coming into the game. Winning with the white pieces on demand is never easy. So what kind of mental preparations were you doing before the Armageddon?
Nothing much. I just checked my classical game, like where to improve, and she changed like one move earlier, and I just I check some ideas like where to put the pieces. Basically, that's it. Yeah, it all comes down to like with less time, it's not easy.
The tournament might not have been going the exact way you thought of. Does this win give you the motivation to finish the tournament with a high in the last 2 rounds?
Yeah, definitely. It feels good to win a game. Yeah, yesterday I had a bad day. Like I lost against Li Ting, and like it. I mean, it was supposed to be fine for me, but I misevaluated, and yeah, I just like I was low on clock and I made some errors and we lost that game. But yeah, today it feels good to win a game.
It was good to see your mother know that you had won and she gave you a smile. Was there anything she said immediately after you won?
No, it just feels good. Like before the game I was saying that I never bet her. Like, I was just telling her, and yeah, it's special for us. Yeah.
Amazing performance. Congratulations and all the very best for the rest of the rounds.
Thank you so much.